What is going on, everyone? Chris from Pickdawgz.com here with the Wraparound, where we're going to be breaking down the NHL action going down on Tuesday, April 2nd, 2024. If you like this content, make sure you subscribe to our channel and smash that thumbs up. We appreciate all love and support that we've gotten over the years here at Pick Dawgz. I appreciate you guys taking time out of your day every single day to tune into the Wraparound to get some free pick NHL winners. If you're looking for my best bets on the board, the games that I absolutely love, head to Pickdawgz.com. Click the Premium Picks tab at the top of the page. Got plenty of action on today's card. Got some NIT action for college hoops for $19. Got an NBA play of the day. Got those plays as part of a 3-pack with a bonus NBA play in there as well. Got an MLB 3-pack on the board with my MLB play of the day. Currently number 2 in the MLB, so hoping to carry that forward if you're interested in some baseball. Got an got an NHL play on the board for long-term subscribers as well. So if you're looking for a daily package, you can hop on a daily package, can make you some money, and use that to parlay that into a long-term pass, or just jump on a long-term pass because it's the better value in general. You know, today the 3-day and I believe the 7-day pass as well are actually less than buying each of Tuesday's daily packages individually, and it'll get you all the plays I make, the NHL, the NBA, college hoops, MLB, whatever. It'll make you some money. So, you know, you can go that route. You can also pair me up with any of your other favorite handicappers at Pick Dawgz. So definitely make sure that you check that out. Whatever you choose to do, though, remember to use that promo code PICK at checkout for 15% off your purchase. But that's down the road. We had our morning show. You can go back and check that out if that's something that you're into. Also, you know, we got the drive-through later tonight, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with all the fantastic handicappers here at Pick Dawgz. We're here to talk about an 8-game NHL card for Tuesday. Plenty of money to be made. I'm not gonna lie to you guys though. This is where we're starting to get into April hockey. The cards aren't necessarily the most attractive. The lines are starting to get a little bit funky. So I'll tell everybody now that we're starting to wind down the season before the playoffs, you got to tread a little bit lightly here. I think this is a card where you definitely have to tread a little lightly. So, but hey, you know, it's still money to be made. Let's go check them out. You guys know the drill. Easy for me to say. I'm excited to get into it. You know the drill. You ready? I'm ready. Let's get into it. Our first game on Tuesday's card takes us to the Key Bank Center, where the Buffalo Sabres take on the Washington Capitals. And I won't lie to you, this rarely happens for me, you guys, but I don't have a strong lean on this game either way, because I genuinely could see it going either way. Both teams are still trying to fight for their playoff lives. The Washington Capitals are a little bit closer to safety, but you know, they've lost back-to-back games. The Buffalo Sabres, fully capable of winning this game, but they've also been inconsistent. So I'm going to go with the only thing that stands out to me in this game, and it's a great way to chase some plus money. I'm going to take a shot on this game to go to overtime, 60-minute tie at plus 330. For Washington, 3 of their last 5 games have gone to overtime or a shootout. For the head-to-head between these two teams, the last 2 meetings, including the first meeting this season, have gone past 60 minutes, and 5 of the last 6 meetings have gone past 60 minutes as well. So in a game where I really don't have a strong take either way, let's go for a shot for 3 times our money. Give me the game to go to overtime between the Sabres and the Capitals at plus 330. Next, we're heading to the Bell Center, where the Montreal Canadiens take on the Florida Panthers. And I get why the Florida Panthers are heavy favorites here. They are the better team. They're probably the only team going anywhere. I shouldn't say probably. They are the only team going anywhere, you know, in a couple weeks once the playoffs start. But the thing about the Florida Panthers is that they were in a high-scoring game last night, you know, a game that I didn't expect to be high-scoring. Hell, I had the under 6.5 between the Panthers and Leafs as a premium. But it was high-scoring. You know, Sergei Bobrovsky got chased in that game for the Panthers, and Anthony Stolarz had to be called into action. And now the Panthers have to go into this game on the second half of a back-to-back with both goalies having played last night in a high-scoring back-and-forth game. And now you got to take on a Montreal Canadiens team that, yes, is pretty much down and out, but they've been feisty in the underdog role. They've been a good cover team with the plus 1.5 goals on the puck line as an underdog this season, especially at home. And like I said, you're catching the Florida Panthers in a tricky spot here on a back-to-back. So I'm going to take a shot here with the Canadiens plus the 1.5. If the Panthers didn't have to use both goalies, it probably would have been on Florida here. But, you know, with the Canadiens having the rest advantage and both of Florida's goalies going here, I'm going to take a shot here on the Canadiens plus the 1.5 in this one. Now we're going to the Prudential Center, where the New Jersey Devils take on the Pittsburgh Penguins. And I've gone back and forth on this game as well. But the thing is that, you know, the New Jersey Devils have owned this match. I mean, we just saw it not that long ago in New Jersey. It was a 5-2 victory for the Devils. as they've now won 7 straight head-to-head with the Penguins. The Penguins, sure, they've won 3 of 4. They're coming off a big road win over the New York Rangers, but they're still wildly inconsistent as far as I'm concerned. The New Jersey Devils are as well, and both these teams, I would say, are counting down the days until, the E is put next to their name for eliminated from playoff contention. But I still think that this is a spot where the New Jersey Devils use their dominance over the Penguins to ride themselves to a win here. So I'm going to go with the New Jersey Devils in this one at minus 166. Like I said, it should be fairly competitive because both teams are still technically, mathematically not far out of the race. But the Devils on home ice, I think, is the play for me in this one. Now we're going to the UBS Arena where the New York Islanders take on the Chicago Blackhawks. And, the New York Islanders are only 3 points out of a playoff spot, and they're at home, so maybe this line makes sense to some folks. But I still can't get there laying minus 235. Now the line's even going up. I'm seeing in places to minus 250. With an Islanders team that's been fairly inconsistent, they've alternated wins and losses in each of their last 6 games, and the wins that they're having are close. I mean, they beat the Florida Panthers on the road 3-2. They beat the Philadelphia Flyers on the road in overtime 4-3, but they've also lost home games to the Devils, to the Hurricanes, to the Ottawa Senators recently. So I can't get there laying this price or chasing a puck line with the Islanders. The Chicago Blackhawks, they've been terrible, but they've won 3 of their last 4 games. Not a game I'm rushing to the window to bet, because every time I seem to bet the Blackhawks, I seem to get shafted. But I'm going to take a shot here on the Blackhawks plus 1.5 and forced to pick, just because, like I said, there's just no back in the Islanders at that price for me. Now we're headed to the XL Energy Center where the Minnesota Wild take on the Ottawa Senators. And the Minnesota Wild are another team that I think are close to extinction at this point. I mean, right now the Minnesota Wild sit 8 points back the LA Kings for the final wild card spot in the Western Conference. They still have 9 games to play and a game in hand over the Kings, so there is at least that. But like I said, they're running out of time, and they have to take advantage of every single opportunity they get. Now, we've seen how bold the Minnesota Wild can be as they have taken a liking to pulling the goalie in overtime to sacrifice the potential of the extra point to still try to get the advantage to go for a second point. But now you're starting to wonder if that strategy is not paying off, because they just got burned by it, I think, a couple nights ago. And now you take on an Ottawa Senators team that is coming to town. But the thing about the Ottawa Senators is that they've struggled on the road pretty much all season long. They're 13-20-2 on the road this season. And Ottawa, they have won 5 in a row, so I get why the plus money is tempting here. But I think Minnesota just finds a way to get it done in this game. I'm going to take the Minnesota Wild at minus 146. Now we're heading to the Bridgestone Arena for a matchup between the Nashville Predators and the Boston Bruins. And I went back and forth in this game because I really want to get on to the Nashville Predators, because this is a team that's made us money hand over fist the last couple of weeks since they've been on this nice little point streak that they've been on. But I think we have to temper our expectations and kind of realize that maybe it's time to hop off the Nashville Predators. They were on a 6-game win streak, lost to the Arizona Coyotes to lose the point streak, and then lost last time out to the Colorado Avalanche 7-4. Now they do go back home where they are 21-15-1 this season, but going back home, licking your wounds off of back-to-back blowout losses and seeing the Boston Bruins waiting for you is not a spot that I think you want to be in. The Bruins, they beat the Florida Panthers on the road in this road trip. They beat the Washington Capitals, and this is just an overall balanced Bruins team. It's won 20 of 37 road games this season. They're 28-9. So I think this is just a spot where the Boston Bruins at the coin flip price are kind of where I want to look here. Like I said, I just don't know if I can get back on the Predators in such quick succession after losing blowouts like that. So give me the Boston Bruins on the money line at minus 113. Now we're going to the Scotiabank Saddledome where the Calgary Flames take on the Anaheim Ducks. And the Calgary Flames, well, their flame is close to being snuffed out. I mean, this is a team that's well out of the playoff race right now. They are 14 points back with 9 games to go, so you can almost stick a fork in them. The Anaheim Ducks, well, what do we always say? The most dangerous team is a team with nothing to lose, and maybe that means the Anaheim Ducks can come in a little bit loose and try to get a win here. The problem is that hasn't accounted for anything over the course of this little losing streak they've been on. They've scored 2 goals or less in 5 straight during this 5-game losing streak. They've scored 2 goals or less in 9 of their last 10. All those games have been losses, and that includes being shut out 4 times. So it's hard for me to get on the Anaheim Ducks with any sort of consistency here. During this 4-game road trip, this team has been blown out by a score of 17-5. And Calgary, they've struggled themselves. They're just snapping a 5-game losing streak themselves, but they play their better hockey at home. They've won 3 of their last 5 at home. If nothing else, it's a fade of the Ducks. So give me the Flames to win this one in regulation at -140. And our final game on Tuesday's card is probably the toughest on the board, as you've got the Golden Knights taking on the Canucks between two of the better teams in the Pacific Division. But the thing for me here is that, both these teams have been playing fairly well. The Vancouver Canucks have won 4 of their last 6, but I'm still just not there with Casey DeSmith or Artur Silovs as the starting goaltender. It's right now I'm just waiting for Thatcher Demko to come back. And yes, the Canucks have been able to pick up wins with DeSmith between the pipes, and that's all well and good. But the Vegas Golden Knights are back on their game. Logan Thompson's been standing on his head and been carrying this team to victories, and they've won 5 of their last 6. This is a Vancouver Canucks team that's also, well in the playoffs. They've already clinched their playoff spot. They're close to clinching the Pacific Division, while the Vegas Golden Knights are still trying to fend off the LA Kings and trying to hold on to their playoff spot. And I think a win here would go a long way towards that. Like I said, the Vegas Golden Knights at home are usually a very tough out, and they played their better hockey at home over the course of the season, and I think they find a way to get it done here at a reasonable price. So give me the Vegas Golden Knights at -144 to round things out. That's it. That's all the NHL action for Tuesday, April 2nd, 2024. If you like this content, make sure you subscribe to our channel and smash that thumbs up and hit that notification bell in the description of this video below to get notified when the newest and freshest content drops here at Pick Dawgz. If you're looking for my best bets, you can find those at Pick Dawgz Premium. And make sure to let me know your NHL picks in the comment section below. Thanks for watching. Good luck.